Hello everybody and welcome to the video. This is Dolphin. Today guys, we're in a video about Summoner's War. Today we're gonna have a look at some of the fusion monsters, especially the 5-star, actually just the 5-star. We mentioned the 4-star, and also this video is mostly for newer players or players that are guessing or thinking what nav 5 they need to fuse. So we're gonna talk about them. I'm gonna mention which one you should go for and why, and I'm gonna mention which one you shouldn't go for and why as well. Guys, before I get to the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's free, and support the channel a whole lot, guys. So if you can, please hit a button. It will really help. Now I'm gonna mention as well that you're gonna need a lot of resources to fuse units. I don't know why my Lauren cannot defense break the guy here. She's max up here. Anyway, you're gonna need a lot of resources to actually fuse nav 5s, but some of them are actually pretty good. There is 7 right now that you can fuse. 7 nav 5 that you can actually fuse. That's not bad at all, as their base stats are usually a lot better than nav 4s, and some of them are actually really good. If you have any question, as always, ask in the comment below. I will help you and I will answer. And also if you want to check some my second channel, you can check it over here. And if you can sub to it, please do that. We're getting close to 1,000 subs. That will really help, guys. Anyway, let's start with Riley. I think Riley is actually a really good unit, a really good nav 5. You should probably fuse her. I wouldn't say it's the first one you need to fuse, but she definitely help in the beginning, especially in arena, in siege. She can work because she's pretty annoying. Later on, she's not gonna work in siege defense. She's not gonna work in arena. She could work in arena, but honestly I don't have trouble fighting Riley in arena, even like in G2, G3. Not a problem at all. You don't see her at all, to be honest with you. She's not the greatest. She's good for RTA, but if you're a newer player, probably not gonna doing that. You're not doing that. However, yeah, if you like to just mess around in RTA, she can be pretty good. I would say she's insane for the labyrinth, for the monthly labyrinth boss that we get, as the word says, monthly every month. And I did use her this month as well. She's really good. As you guys know, she has a ton of heals. She has one single debuff cleanse, but also attack buff, immunity onto skills. One of them is a passive as well, so that one cannot get reset. You cannot get silence. She can use the passive at all time. As I said, free to play unit. I would say you should fuse her, but I don't think she's extremely important in the very early game. You're gonna need to do giant and so on, and then you probably can do the labyrinth boss. Labyrinth boss, honestly, you can try to do in the beginning as well, because they increase your base stats, and then the runes are not gonna have, well, they are gonna have some effect, but it's not gonna be as big because you get a lot more stats in the labyrinth boss. I say definitely worth fusing her, maybe not as a first fusion, but definitely a good free nav 5. Also guys, she works without, well, not in RTA, but in PvE she works without skill ups. I have a skill up here which doesn't help much. She's just a little bit extra heal, and also here. The most important skill up are on skill 3 and maybe on skill 2, but I have none of that. But she still works like that. If you build that, yeah, Valiant would be the better option, but if you're early game, you're gonna have to do it with whatever you have. Obviously Valiant will probably be best, but yeah. So pretty good unit. Maybe don't rush it, but definitely a good unit. Now Belegear also is Belegear, right? Yeah. Belegear also pretty good unit, a really good damage dealer, free to play damage dealer. He works really well with Riley, as she gives him attack buff and also stacks because of the passive. Belegear is also pretty good for the labyrinth monthly boss. Is really good, especially in the mini bosses, because there is 2 and you need to kill them together. Also insanely good against the main boss, but the mini bosses get hit and then you can kill them both at the same time. Really good unit. I wouldn't say for giant, for dragon, for those dungeons is good, but for solo R5 is not very early game, but eventually you're gonna get there and you're gonna need Belegar. Also pretty good for the Reef Beast, especially for the wind one, and I think he's pretty, no, actually he's really good for subjugation, especially against the main slime boss, as it is Riley. Both of them are insane, and you get 2 units out of 5 already as free to play. So for the slime, mini slimes, they are pretty decent. I don't think you need them particularly, they definitely work well, but for the main boss, definitely Belegar is really good. Unless it's the water one, obviously don't use Belegar, but the other ones is pretty good. So Belegar definitely really good unit. Again, I don't think you need to rush it because it's not gonna help you much throughout Giant and Dragon, but really good unit. Third unit, third Nat 5, that is a free Nat 5, is Josephine. Sorry, Josephine? Jeanne. Josephine for free? No, please. Jeanne, Light Paladin, pretty good unit. She's gonna help you mostly in TOA. So if you need something for TOA, she is gonna be insane. There's a lot of other options for TOA, but she's free to play. So if you don't have many options, definitely consider fusing her. She has a 2-turn provoke AoE on a 4-turn cooldown, but she gets an extra turn when she uses this. So it's a 2-turn AoE provoke on a 3-turn cooldown pretty much, and then she has the invincibility as well. So you can use this into invincibility and hope you don't proc, otherwise invincibility goes away. Skill 1 also has a stun and and heal for the unit with the lowest HP. So pretty good unit overall. She could be annoying in the early game for siege defense, arena defense probably, but overall I don't think for PvP she's that great anymore. To be fair, in RTA she could work. I think she could work, but I think we have a lot of CC units that actually work as well, so it's not used as much. But for TOA, definitely pretty good unit. Should you rush it? I mean, TOA is kinda early game. You should do Giant and then you should focus on TOA and Dragon. So it's pretty much right after Giant, and so yeah, you kinda need her. So Josephine, pretty good. Unless you pull a Beretta or you fuse a Beretta, you fuse some other daughters, then you get Rika. You pull a Rika, you pull a Belenus, then maybe you don't need her, but I still use her in TOA and she's actually really good. So Josephine, Jeanne, perhaps rush her. She's actually really good for TOA, and she's free. I mean, you're gonna have to fuse her, but she's free. Next in line is the Fire Panda, Xiongfei. Insane unit actually, a really good unit. You can use it in TOA, I don't think it's the best. It just got a buff, so it does more damage per the damage increase according to your defense, but also the more harmful effect on the opponent, the more damage it does. So maybe I will test him on crit rate, crit damage level 4. He has multi hits. I think he's actually really good, especially in Necro. He can help a lot, and I was using Xiongfei in Necro whenever I started to do Necro, which is not really early game, but eventually you're gonna get there. It's not late game either, it's not mid game, so it's pretty good for Necro. Multi-hit here, AoE cleanse and revenge buff and heal buff, so it really is good. I use him in solo R5 team, and he's really good as a as a frontliner. And then he put this, he can defense break with the counter, and he has heal block here, right? Yeah, he has heal block here, which is extremely important for you to do R5, solo R5. If you don't heal block the beast, you're not gonna be able to do a solo R5. So insane unit. Should you rush it? It shouldn't be the first one. Probably I would still prefer to do Jeanne first for TOA, but yeah, definitely really good unit. Really good unit. Underrated, but yeah, I like him a lot. But I don't think it's gonna help you for Giant Dragon. Necro, yes. Solo R5, yes. Or even normal R5 if you're doing it with your friends or with other people. Next in line, Vermos. Insane unit actually. He got a couple of buffs and it made him really good for RTA. I think he's better now for PvP PvP than it is for PvE. It still works probably for early game Giant B12, but I would definitely would suggest you to go different route. I don't think you need Vermos for Giant B12 anymore. There is a lot of other option. There's a lot of 4 stars that are free to play. You can fuse them, and it could be usable for TOA, but again, I think Beretta is better than him. I'd rather fuse Beretta for TOA than Vermos. For Giant B12, I'd rather fuse her. I'd rather definitely fuse this. For Giant B12, Arang is actually insane. He's pretty good for Giant B12 as well, so if you need a wind damage dealer, definitely consider the ones that are here. I'd say obviously Lucian, and you do get a chance to get a free Nat 4, so definitely go for Lucian. In my opinion, is insane for Giant B12. It's the first thing you should focus on. Arang is actually insane. I got my best time in Giant B12 with Arang. She's actually really good for artifacts grinding as well, but that's not really early game. So Vermos, I would fuse it eventually, but it's more of an RTA unit now, counter pick, than it is anything else. I don't think for TOA is the best option. It can work, it's not the best option. For other stuff, for Giant, I would say if you do other stuff, because it makes the life easier, it makes the run faster and so on. And now for the last 2 units, Katarina used to be really good for R5, fast R5, you don't need that anymore. And Sigmarus used to be good. I mean, it's still pretty decent for Giant B12, but I would say again, you have better option. You don't need to stall in Giant B12. The more you take to clear Giant B12, the easier it's gonna be for you to actually fail it. Sigmarus maybe for TOA because of the freeze, but again, in TOA you're gonna do damage with the dots, so try to make a dot team for TOA. You could build this guy, is pretty good for TOA, it's free to play. Obviously you need to second awaken him. Same goes for Frayne, really good. Same goes for Gina. You have 3 units that are insane in TOA. They have a lot of dots, they have sleep, they have stuns. He cycles through his skills really well, really fast. So you can use these 3, and then you can use Jean, as we said, and Fran, and you have a team for TOA. I don't think you should fuse them 2 at all. You don't need them. Katarina is kind of underwhelming now. Yeah, she has this, but I don't think you don't need that. You don't need that at all. So I think you should fuse Jean first for TOA, and then focus probably Xiongfei, Belegir, Riley, and Vermos. I think that's the better way. For Nat 4s, you definitely should fuse. I mean, you can build that for GB12. You do a dot team, and then you can, or you could use wind damage dealer for GB12 with Arang, Ling. Even these guys not bad, but like Arang, Ling already pretty good. Alright guys, that's gonna be it. Those are my tips for for the fusion monster, which one you should focus on, not Giant B12 only, but which one you should focus on, which one you should skip. I think Katarina and Sigmarus are gonna benefit at all. I fused them when early game, but Katarina was using in fast R5 teams, but honestly don't need that anymore. And Sigmarus, I fused Sigmarus long time ago. I haven't used, even when right after I fused it, it wasn't. No, you don't really need. You can use something like that. You can use Arang instead of this, or Arang instead of the Teshar, and then build this, get a Lauren, try to get this, or like Arang, and Win Kung Fu Girl works pretty well as well. Or Riley even here, or Fran for the attack buff. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye everybody. Take care guys. Stay safe. Bye.